This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1128, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, for the last time in 2023, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
Just down the street there, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
And in LA, you know from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
What's up?
The whole crew is here to celebrate, to wrap up 2023. It's our last episode of the year. So, you know, wanted to make sure everybody was able to be here. 2023 was a weird year for a lot of people, you know, like.
I feel like here on, like post-pandemic and stuff, every year is kind of like, oh, that was a weird one, wasn't it? I think it's just gonna...
I think we were surprised by this one being weird because 2020, oh man, pandemic. 2021, still a little pandemic. 2022, we're like, okay, things are going to get back to normal, and it didn't. But then we came into 2023 and we're like, okay, finally, we're far enough away from COVID, things will be back to normal. Yeah. So I think this year being weird or hard or whatever surprised a lot of people. I know I'm one of those. I did not think 2023 would go the way it did for me personally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm looking around and it feels like everybody's kind of saying that right now. Like, this is a weird year.
Tell us your horror story. Yeah.
I mean, I got them. Emily knows
2023, everyone's like, it's my Jordan year. Then like halfway through it, they're like, we're going to have a Kobe year next year. We're going to go full blown Kobe Bryant.
Listen, it was my Jordan year, but it's more like Wizards era.
Yeah. White Sox.
Yeah. This is Birmingham Barons era Michael Jordan.
Yeah. He was batting about 180, you know.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
So you're saying 2024, we should just expect it to be weird. Like, I don't want to say lower our expectations, but just, I don't know. How do you prepare
just don't have expectations. You just don't prepare. Yeah. You just
let it be.
But see, I'm a future person. I have to live. My brain lives 9 months down the road. Just that's why, you know, launch companies and whatever. You're just living in the future. And so you do try to anticipate where you're going, where things are going. So for me, when I do think about 2024, it's hard not to have expectations for how I think it'll go. Right. But you're right. It ain't going to go that way. So somehow I got to just shift our mindset. Anyway, end of the year. We have a great show in store for you. Coming later, we talk to Lecrae. We have slices. And at the end of the show, we predict 2024. I'm going to tell you.
All right.
AI, because 2023 was the year of AI. AI wrote a bunch of questions for us to answer and predict next year. So you'll see it's coming up at the end of the show. So, all right, we're moving the show along. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices.
Loaded up, pull up the plans. Stick up, get down on your hands. We did not come here to dance. We sliding off with the bands. Don't be no hero, just give me my euros. I know it's a hit on my head. I thank you all in advance. Cause I'm sliding off with the bands. 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 Don't be no hero, just give me my euros. I know it's a hit on my head. I thank you all in advance. I'm sliding off with the bands. Say cheese, Gouda, better stand up and move. That's a shout out to Luda. Can't keep up with us, they gon' pull out their scooters. Can't say we ain't shining, my soul is a ruby.
You're listening to Derek Miner and Cannon. The song is Bands. We told you about the single release a couple weeks ago. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
All right, I have a slice about Elon Musk and Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is the electric vehicle released by Tesla
that you wanted when they announced it. You were like, I'm going to get one. I know,
and I'm still not. I still think it's pretty rad. I know it's controversial, and I'm interested to hear before I get into the news. And I did see the video of it struggling to haul a Christmas tree out of like a snowbank and getting towed out by like a big
Ford.
Yeah.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
It was like off road. Yeah. It was like on a hill in the snow, the Cybertruck was. And the Ford truck was on the road, just towing it like onto the road. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the F-150 was off road too, Anyway. But yeah, it was not a good look for the brand new, highly acclaimed.
Do we think the next generation will make it look more like a truck and less like a 5-year-old's drawing of a truck?
I like it. There
is intention behind that. It's actually Elon Musk's son told him, the future. He has a young son, and this was in Walter Isaacson's new. I don't know if he's Walter Isaacson, the biographer, has a new book about Musk, and there's an anecdote in there about how his son tells him the future should look like the future, and basically like if you're going to make a car for the future, make it look like it's from the future. And so your point about a 5-year-old, it's not off base because it literally was sort of the concept for it was what was very childlike. But either way. I know it's controversial. I think they look rad. The price point has gone up considerably since you could first reserve them. So if I ever purchase one, it won't be anytime soon.
Yeah, he announced it. When he announced it, he said 500-mile range starting at 30K or 40K. And then it came out that it's a 250-mile range and it starts at 60K. So
yeah.
You kind of missed it a little there. Yeah.
But don't worry.
Me and my Nissan Rogue, we're going strong.
But he did announce some new cool features that, I'm very curious about. I want to read a tweet that he, or an X or whatever, that he posted, and then I want to provide a little commentary. He said, we are going to offer a mod package that enables Cybertruck to traverse at least 100 meters of water as a boat. Mostly just need to upgrade cabin door seals. The word mostly there seems pretty loaded, in my opinion. Also, it's made out of stainless steel. Like, it's not... The other thing too is it's a big
floating battery. I don't want water and batteries mixing.
But here's the thing. But if you really dissect the tweet, which obviously I have, he says that enables the Cybertruck to traverse at least 100 meters of water as a boat. My thing is, any car going fast enough can traverse 100 meters of water. I mean, you're basically stepping stone. 100 meters. That I feel like, okay, we can. But when are you going to use that? Because it's not like I'm going to go creek crawling, have a little day out in the inlet, in the Cybertruck. Like, what scenario am I traversing 100 meters of water? Like, why would I buy that mod package? It's not like I said, I'm going to take the family for a day out on the boat. Who's this for? And do you think this is just one of those things of him just saying something and forcing engineers away to kind of figure it out?
It's a weird length because that's 328 feet. That's like a 32-story building. So it's like not just crossing the creek. It's a 30-story building laying on its side. But what is
it's a football
that
field
for? Yeah, what's that for? Like, what are you boating to?
Derek, you're a Tesla guy, right?
Yes.
What are you, and you, like me, thinks it looks rad.
Yes.
The Cybertruck.
Yes.
What do you think of the boat mod?
Man, but I think that Elon Musk should just go away and just stop talking. Bro, just stop processing all of your ideas on X. And just let us live, because it makes me not even like my car as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, like, this is stupid.
He's bad for his own brand. Yeah.
This is stupid. Like, bro, nobody wants that. I just want the truck to at least be able to carry a Christmas tree, bro. Like, figure that out first.
You need to buy a journal.
I'm just going 328 feet. 328 feet. You go out into the lake. If you can make it waterproof enough to go out 300 feet, why can't it go further? Like, what are you going to do? Start sinking after 300 feet? Like, what? That's very specific.
And you go out 300 feet, you can't get back. So then you're just out 300 feet.
But you can only go out 150 feet and then turn around.
Yeah.
Here's a missed opportunity, because they don't have an air intake. It's electric, right? Like,
right.
just a giant snorkel, and you just drive on the bottom and just come back out the other side.
I like
you know,
it. If you're
just
sealing
seal
up the
that
doors, you're sealing up the doors. Go for it.
If you're telling me, look, if you tell me you can ride 100 meters on top of the water, or you can go like 600 meters on the bottom of the lake, oh heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Like driving underwater, that seems like a real missed opportunity because there's no way a stainless steel Cybertruck's floating. Just ride it on the bottom of the lake. How'd you like to be at the lake one day and you see a Cybertruck drive up from out of the water and just kind of beep beep, see ya? Everyone would love it.
I feel like how they got there was like that's how far it got before it exploded. So like, yeah, it can go up to that. It can go up to 300 and something feet. Because when we did it, the car, everyone died inside. But if you just right before stop it at 49 is when it gets bad. 48, nothing happened. That's kind of how they got to that conclusion.
I want to see, just be on the beach one day, hanging out in a Cybertruck, just drives right out of the ocean. You know, that would be more.
Have you seen amphibious cars? I mean, they have the duck boats and stuff in Boston and places.
I love those duck boats.
Like, we have amphibious cars here in Orlando. Like, you'll go to dinner down at Disney Springs, and there's this like waterfront restaurant, and then you can rent car rides, and they drive right into the lake, and they just turn into a boat, and then they drive right out, and they park. You know, so.
I went to a museum the other day. It was like an automotive museum, and they had one of those from like the 50s, and it was awesome. It looked like an old Cadillac, but it could drive in the water, be a boat, and it had like newspaper clippings of reviews on it, like when this like hot rod that could drive into the water came out in like the body of a 57 Chevy, and one of the news clippings says, "By far the most fashionable way to die."
Wow!
Even back then they were like, "This is a terrible idea. Let's keep cars."
Yeah. All right. What do you have, Emily?
There's a really fun new AI tool that came out recently on Microsoft Copilot. You can make your own song, like a total song.
Oh, whoa.
Just using AI.
Wait.
So all you have to do is put in a prompt. Like it's just like you can do like a 1-sentence prompt, like, make a pop song about Jesus. And within like a minute, it'll come up with lyrics, instruments, it'll sing it. It's like a whole thing. So I wanted to do this because I feel like we need to come up with a song.
Yeah, we got two artists here. Okay, so maybe you all's jobs are in jeopardy. So I put in there right before we went on air. Emily told me about this. I was like, "What is the most absurd thing I could ask it to make?" And then I'll see, and we'll play it, and you too. We'll do prompts. So I said, I want a song about how awesome the Orlando Magic are, sung in the style of Sufjan Stevens. And it generated a song called "Magic in the Air."
Okay.
And I'm going to play it for you now. Magic in the Air is a pretty good name, by the way. Here we go.
Very good name.
I have not heard this song. I just had it do it. So we'll
I'm
see.
excited to hear this, actually.
In the city of sunshine, where dreams come to play, there's a team on the rise, making magic every day. There's skills on the court, like a symphony of sound. Orlando Magic, they're the talk of the town. With a touch of finesse and a shot in the air.
That's pretty good. The lyrics, "In the city of sunshine where dreams come to play, there's a team on the rise making magic every day. Their skills on the court like a symphony of sound. Orlando Magic, they're the talk of the town." Ooh, that's the verse. And then the chorus is, "With a touch of finesse and a shot in the air. Ooh, they're spreading magic. You can feel it everywhere. They're soaring to new heights, reaching for the stars. Orlando Magic, they're rewriting the memoirs." There you go. Not bad. All right. I want to do some prompts. You guys give me prompts.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I was going to say, the new Owl City sounds like a banger.
Yeah, it's not really Sufjan. It is more Owl City for sure.
Owl City. That's good. That's smart. Yeah. What else? What else should we do with it?
Let's do a song about Orlando Magic in the style of "Kiss by a Rose." Seal.
No, not Orlando Magic again. Give me another topic.
I want to hear a Hillsong praise and worship song in the style of Van Halen.
That's great. There you go.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
We gather round, raise our voices in praise. Our spirits unbound with the power of the heavens. We Raising our hands, taking it higher. With every guitar lick, every thundering drum.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
I want to make samples with this. Oh my
I was going
god!
to say it's a very self-aware style of songwriting. I mean, he literally says, "With guitar licks, we will sing your praise." It's like, okay, it's a little on the nose, but I'm kind of feeling it.
It says, "We'll sing your praise in the AI way." It like rhymed. Told you exactly what it was doing. We'll sing your praise in the AI way. I was like, all right, Van Halen style.
Derek, come up with one. What's the prompt?
Song about green bean casserole in the style of Drake.
Oh wow!
Wonder if it can rap. We'll see.
No, in the style of Kendrick Lamar. That's going to be more intricate.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
in the style of Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, it's generating.
Green bean casserole, cooking up a storm. Got the recipe, let me show you how it's done. Fresh green beans, crispy onions on top. Gonna blow your mind when they hit your taste buds. Casserole flow hot out of the oven. Green beans popping, flavors keep buzzing. Serving up a dish that'll make you holler. Green bean casserole, the ultimate.
That was actually pretty good, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. That was actually.
I gotta make some samples on this thing. Whoa,
that was pretty impressive.
What's it called, Emily? What's the website? What's the website?
The website is called suno.ai, SUNO.
SUNO.ai. All right, there goes my afternoon. Thanks a lot.
There's just going to be no reason to be a human here pretty soon.
I'm telling you, we're heading toward Wall-E. The opening scene of Wall-E, where they're up in the ship and they're just sitting around consuming, and they don't. That's where we're headed, y'all.
Listen, they looked happy before Wally showed up. I'll say it.
Wall-E,
I know, they look pretty chill, man.
Hey, I'm just kicking back, having my Diet Coke, watching a screen right in front of me. That's a good life.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's a Saturday afternoon for me.
There's also an AI app that makes you feel like you're famous. So you can pull up, it has an Instagram live feed and it's all bots and they'll interact with you while you're talking. And they'll like your comments. It'll be like 17,000 people interacting and you can cut it on hater mode and then they'll have haters in there.
That's genius for music promotion for sure.
Yeah.
My new song.
So a guy's been using that to get into like clubs and show people that he's famous. So he'll act like he's on live and he's like, yo, can I get into your club? Like, I'm lit right now. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
That's hilarious because that is the awkward thing about like some of the people I follow, like when they go live and there's like 3 people in there, it's like,
yeah.
And then you like want to leave like Homer Simpson in the bushes. You want to like, but they know that they saw you come in, they saw you go because they only had 4 people.
Cameron, my man Cameron's here supporting me.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is. I feel like the internet numbers must be inflated because I'm seeing super famous people only get like 20 or 30 people on live or something. Like it's crazy.
Well, now we'll all have 17,000 and we'll all look like it's like,
yeah.
All right. What do you have, Marty?
All right, guys. I don't know if anyone's heard about this yet, but Atheists Rejoice, Chick-fil-A might be opening on a Sunday.
No way.
In New York City. What? No? I don't know if they're watching the show. Yeah, I'm serious. So first off, let me get to because I saw Emily's reaction. I don't appreciate that. But there are atheists that might be watching the show or listening and just they love the banter that we have.
The way that you introduce this, like giving that's what I was like.
Rejoice. Yeah. So Chick-fil-A, possibly 7 locations are going to be opening up on Sunday. In New York. So basically the law that's coming in is that, in Florida, we have it. When you're driving up the highway, there are restaurants off the highway. And so there are restaurants in New York, same situation. They're requiring every store to be open 7 days a week if you're on this medium where there are other stores. It's actually a bigger store with mini stores in it. So just think like that. If you're from Florida, you get it. Yeah, if you're from Florida, you get it. It's like food court inside of a building. So any of these stores have to be open 7 days a week. So Chick-fil-A, they have 7 locations on this path. 7 Chick-fil-A's could possibly be open on a Sunday because they're forced to be open. Christians have taken this as a personal attack. I don't know how that happened, but they've taken this as like, our freedoms are being, and then I saw a lot of the comments are like a lot of Jewish people under the comments like, hey, listen, we've been through this. You'll make it out alive, because Saturdays. So it's like this funny battle that I'm starting to see online between different religions and being like, well, so, but I will say there's a lot of fight against it. There's a lot of pushback. But if you live in the New York, Queens area and you take the highway that has 7 Chick-fil-A's on it, you might be able to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich on a Sunday. And I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I feel like, what's funny is like, I know people who work for Chick-fil-A. They don't go to church. They don't go to church. These are some of the wildest people I ever met. I'm trying to mentor them, and it's really hard, but they work at Chick-fil-A and they don't go to church.
So you're saying they're sleeping it off on Sunday
for the Sunday off, because I've worked retail for 10 years when I was growing up, and you had to work Christmas Eve. You had to work all this. So people naturally find Chick-fil-A to have that one day off on Sunday to enjoy, actually have a Sabbath. But anyway, long story short, Chick-fil-A possibly opening 7 locations Sunday in New York City. They'll probably fight it, but we'll see what's going to happen.
Do you remember a couple years ago, like, story came out about this guy who had like a side hustle that on Saturday nights he would go buy up all the Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Yeah.
And then he would
Mischief.
sell them. He would sell them on Sundays. Yeah. Mischief.
The company Mischief did it where they preserved at like 9 p.m. They preserved like freeze dried 100 sandwiches, 100. Like they catered it. Then in the morning they took orders, and whoever wanted Chick-fil-A in Sunday morning.
Market demand,
LA, they did LA, they did New York, they did Atlanta. I think they did like one other location. But yeah, I mean, supply and demand, baby. Black market Chick-fil-A.
All right, what do you have, Derek?
So, have you ever heard of the conspiracy that birds aren't real? Whenever heard that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, well aware.
Explain. I've never heard this in my life.
You've never heard it before?
No. How can birds not be real? I look at them out the window. They're right there.
So what this guy says, So what this guy says, it's actually a satirical controversy. Actually,
it's like performance art.
Yeah. So what he said, So what he said is, he's like, it's so preposterous that it caught on. But what he was saying was that the government killed 12 billion birds and replaced them with drones. And
I've been pooped on by birds, so I can firmly attest it's not a drone.
Right. So they're saying that we're not watching birds; birds are watching us. Right. So that's the whole thing. Well, he might be right eventually, because people that are making drones are finding out birds are perfectly designed to be able to fly in a way that is natural and efficient. So they're working on drones that actually move like birds. So in the future, some drones may be indistinguishable from birds in the way that they move, and that's actively being worked on at the moment.
Have you been to the Air and Space Museum, and they have all the early prototypes of an airplane before the Wright brothers? Remember, like, they made the flappy ones. They've been trying. That don't work. It doesn't work. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to be I've seen those like Leonardo da Vinci like wing ones.
Yeah.
It's a step above jumping off the roof with like a Mary Poppins umbrella and just hoping for the best. Like, all right,
this isn't going to end well.
Worst case scenario, break an ankle. But
birds aren't real. That's like the cornerstone of Robert Kennedy's Jr. His presidential campaign, right? I think he's a conspiracy theorist.
Love it. There you go.
That's hilarious.
That'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Lecrae joins us. You're listening to April June. The song is It's All My Fault. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Where our guest today is Lecrae. The rapper and entrepreneur has had a major year stepping into the world of film with the Christmas musical Journey to Bethlehem last month, launching a brand new podcast, The Deep End, and more. We sat down with him to talk about the high moments of the year and find out what we can expect from him in 2024. Here's our conversation with Lecrae.
Tell Chipotle don't be stingy with the guac, bro. Mama told me since a kid I've been extra. Doing donuts in a rental like a
Well, you've had a pretty big year. For starters, you were in your first major film, Journey to Bethlehem. How did you get involved in that?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I have been wanting to, dabble in the acting world forever. It's something that I'm really it's a passion of mine for years. And people knew this. And a friend of mine who used to actually be my pastor, Brian Laris, he knew about my desire for acting, and he happened to be connected to the director of Journey to Bethlehem, and he threw my name out there, and I was, asked about an audition, and I said, absolutely, and so I went in, I did my audition, I got called back, and I was like, man, I got to secure this role, so I got some acting lessons, and really just dove in and, got the part. And from there, it was history.
Do you have any plans to be a part of more films in the future?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So there's been a few auditions, kind of after the strike. The strike kind of held up a lot of things. So I had some opportunities. But of course, the strike just kind of closed those doors. So even though I may be this very decorated musician, as far as acting is concerned, I'm almost starting from scratch. So I got to pay my dues and really just, get in there and work hard.
What do you enjoy about acting as opposed to creating music?
I think, when you can be a part of a bigger story, 'cause, in a way, even in this life we're living, we're all like playing a role in a greater narrative. And when the story is really phenomenal, it just inspires you to play a part in that because you are a part of something that's so much bigger. And I love that kind of concept and that idea, even if it's the smallest role in like the Shawshank Redemption, that movie, that story was so powerful that your role played into that overall narrative. And that's something that gets me excited.
Do you think you'll stay in more faith-based films, or are you kind of open to anything?
Yeah, I'm open as long as the story's redemptive. I like redemptive stories that kind of paint a picture of healing or hope, not dark for dark's sake, not just hopeless and like, oh my gosh. I could definitely see like historical narratives would probably be exciting. I would have loved to be in something like Oppenheimer or even, Inception. There's still like this redemptive kind of picture in it all, even, and it's just great art at the same time.
I'm curious, how have your fans responded to you stepping into this new, different creative lane?
I think this was a good film to kind of like step into because it's not too unfamiliar with what I've been doing musically. It's faith-based, it's still connected, but then at the same time, they got to see me become someone else. And I think that's the beauty of acting is that you can become a different person. Oftentimes, if you become someone that's so far away from who you are as a musician or an artist, people get a little blindsided and shaken up. Like, if I would have came out as this like killer who was cussing up a store and people were like, oh my God, what is happening right now? So I think this is a good like intro for them to like kind of see that, and they love the film. So many people love the film. You know, I've never been just being honest, I've never been a big musical person. So it took a lot for me to like even engage like musicals, but this was so well done that I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is great.
Throughout this process, did you learn anything about yourself or who you are as a creative?
Yeah, for sure. I think I was very hard on myself in terms of acting because, you know, again, when you're really decorated in one category, you want to do really well in the other, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, you're this incredible football player. Can you play basketball? You know, that was kind of the question. So, and what I learned is that it's not about, you know, can you do it? It's about how hard are you willing to work to get the results you want. And so I just started seeing the progress step by step by step. A lot of people, you know, it's not a long scene that I'm in, but it took work to nail that. It wasn't just natural. It was kind of like that would not have been what I naturally had done. So what I learned about myself as a creative is that if I'm willing to put the work in, I can achieve the result. But it just takes doing the work.
I had a vision of Jesus. He told me to give him my life. Gave him my sins, yeah, I put it on him. He cleaned me up and he got me all right. I go around in circles trying to find my purpose. Little bag trying to feel something, but it was worthless.
Well, in addition to your movie, you also launched a new podcast, The Deep End with Lecrae. What made you want to start that this year?
I felt like there's only so much you can say in a song. And, you know, I've always wanted to be a communicator through the medium of music and through the arts. But there's certain things that I feel like I'm inspired by, or I want to talk about, or just the nuances. I get really tired of like the lack of nuance in society, in culture. You know, there's no nuance in politics. There's no nuance in religion. There's no nuance in, just relationships. And we're really complex and dynamic people, but we always just try to live in these little tiny tribes that don't fully articulate all of who we are. So the deep end is like, hey, let's go to the deep end of the pool where it gets murky and it gets sticky and we got to wrestle. And I just felt like it was time to talk about some of those things that people just are afraid to talk about. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, you know, just wanting to say, hey, I don't care. Let's get deep. Let's get ugly. Let's get in the gray areas and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's a place a lot of people don't go, but we need to. And that's a place that you went in a recent episode you did about Lil Nas X and his faith that he's been speaking out about. Why was that a situation that you wanted to talk about?
I think I wanted to talk about plenty of things, and what happened with Lil Nas X just allowed for those things to rise up and be articulated. You know, as we're talking about sexuality, sexual identities, and we're talking about, you know, how the church treats people outside of it. It was just so many things that I just felt like, oh my gosh, like, where are all these like quips and little sayings coming from? Like, no one is like putting thought into this. And it's probably because a lot of people are speaking devoid of connection and relationship with people. So I have access to a lot of celebrities, a lot of people with different worldviews, different lifestyles. And I think it's just important to have that nuance, you know, relational nuance, you know, not to validate or condone particular things, but also not to condemn people. Like that's not what we're here for.
Yeah, there's almost a tension that we have to be willing to hold and make space for nuance. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to expand their mindset and allow nuance in, but wants to do it in a healthy way?
Yeah, well, I mean, one, you know, listen to people. Like, I think there's this misnomer that we have to figure this out on our own. And now I'm realizing people have been wrestling with this stuff for hundreds of years. You know, there's so many voices that we can listen to and look to. Like, we can literally Google the questions that we have and get a ton of answers. One thing I would say is always look at 4 views. Like, don't stick with one view on a particular topic. I think when you get 4 views, it allows you to wrestle with all the perspectives, and then you can make probably an educated guess or educated decision about how you feel about something. So if everyone's like, the best burger in the world is In-N-Out Burger, you can either say, no, it's not, it's Five Guys. Or you can say, well, let me go to In-N-Out, let me go to Five Guys, let me go to Shake Shack, let me go to Whataburger. And then I can make an educated decision on my own versus just like listening to all these barking things happening everywhere. And you may come to a nuanced decision. Well, you know what? The cheese is better here. The seasoning is better here. The bread is better here. And if I'm putting all this together, I would say this. It's not just going to be this cut and dry thing. So I would tell people to wrestle and look for 4 perspectives on the thing you're wrestling with.
Yeah, I think that's great advice and something I think we can all do moving forward. Which, speaking of moving forward, what are you looking forward to in 2024?
Man, getting some music out, of course. I still love music. It's not like something that like, the thing about music is it's something you can do quickly and you can put it out. When I say quickly, I mean quicker than film. So film may take months and then it won't see the light of day for months, or, it could be a whole year. With music, I can record something today, and if I wanted to, it could be out next week. And so I've been working on a lot of music, and I'm excited for the world to hear this music. Some cool collaborations, and then also I have a book that it's like a coffee table book of like poetry, reflections, and pictures that I'm excited to release as well. So we'll see how that all goes.
That's really exciting. You're a very creative person. Have you always been that way?
Since I was a kid, man. I was the only child for so long, 10 years, and a latchkey kid. I had to entertain myself. So you just start getting really creative and finding ways to entertain yourself.
That's awesome. Did you ever make up stories and act them out?
Did I? Literally, I would come home from school and no one's home. And in order to refrain from being bored, I would pretend like I was in a spaceship, and I had to talk to those people on the ship, and I had to have robots cook me meals, and then when I leave the kitchen, I've left the spaceship, and now I'm walking into this foreign land, and I'm imagining all the different things. So I was I would turn the house into another planet, literally. So I was all the way out there.
Do you think you'd ever want to write or direct a movie or television show?
So the thing for me is I'm such a macro person. I'm not very micro. I have big ideas and big visionary things. And so I have tons of ideas like that. It's just getting into the weeds. I'm not the person to do that. So I would love to get some of these big ideas off, but I just need that person who wants to get in the weeds and make those things become a reality. So we'll see. Yeah.
I got family for miles running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating. Yeah, this is where we come from. Yeah, we did it.
That was Lecrae. Make sure to check out his new podcast, The Deep End with Lecrae. Out now. All right, stay tuned. Up next, we predict 2024.
Holding on to love like a stone. Tomorrow. Covenant of the heart, it's turbulent from the start, but I understand it's not your nature. But you need a friend.
You're listening to MGMT. The song is Mother Nature. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right, well, it's our last show of 2023. And when Emily and I were planning this episode out, we were thinking, well, should we do like a recap thing of the year? And we're like, no, we don't want to talk about 2023. It's like, that's good riddance to 2023, you know? So let's look ahead to 2024. We thought we would ask AI, since this was the year of AI, to give us questions of, you know, what we think will be happening in 2024. So here we go. We're just going to randomly go through some of these questions that ChatGPT wrote up for us. Some of these are straightforward. Some of these are weird. So we'll just kind of do a mishmash. All right. What celebrity will have the most outrageous fashion moment at the Oscars in 2024?
At the Oscars?
Oscars. Outrageous fashion. That's more of the Met Gala thing.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
I'm really hoping it's someone from like a serious project like Oppenheimer just comes in with like a big boa and just, you know, really or like Jared Leto, like a fake head of their own, like really just going after it. It is
going to be Jared Leto. He wore like a whole cat suit furry thing.
Yeah. Who's struggling right now?
Who needs attention? That's right. That's good. That's good. Which athlete will become an unexpected social media sensation in 2024?
Ja Morant.
Oh gosh.
He just came back.
He was a social media sensation last year, and he got suspended for 25 games.
We absolutely hope not. We hope
he's the wrong kind of sensation.
I want Ja Morant. The only thing we see is clips of him dunking. That's it. That's no.
Him and Elon Musk, they can share a journal.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I want? When I want a breakout star, I don't want someone in like a conventional sport. They're oversaturated. I remember like back in the day when every once in a while some like random Olympian everyone would just know, like Jackie Joyner-Kersee. It was like, dude, I know nothing about
Michael
track,
Phelps,
but dude, or like Dan and Dave or what. It's like I want some rando Olympian. But I want like a shot putter this time, or someone that does like a bow and arrow thing. Like just let's all circle up behind a random Olympian that we all just get behind and just decide, you know what, this is the dude here.
I could also see like pickleball become such a thing this year, so maybe there will be like an actual
pickleball athlete
player. That would be dope.
The first one.
I watched some pro pickleball on TV one morning. Like it was on the ESPN.
How bored were you?
The ball doesn't go that fast. That's the thing. Like it's really like you can hit it really hard.
It doesn't go that fast.
But as soon as it hits the ground,
significantly more fun to play than watch. So
agreed.
Like tennis,
at least with ping pong, they're whipping that thing around.
Right.
What will be the hottest tech gadget of 2024, and how will it change our daily lives? What do you think?
It's got to be something with AI.
I think the boat cyber truck.
I mean, this year a lot of good ones came out. There's that one that stand out from this year was the one AI that can translate your voice into any language and then in your tone. I think that one was incredible. Churches are starting to use that, which is always funny because it's like translations are terrible, but whatever.
Can we make the opposite prediction? Because Apple's going all in on the AR glasses, like have you seen that?
Augmented reality.
And you got to plug into a battery pack. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how functional or how much improvement a device gives you. If you look like a big dork with goggles on walking down the street plugged into a battery pack, no one's going to want it. I'm sorry.
You have to plug into a battery pack while you use it?
Yeah. I don't care if it makes you essentially a superhuman. If you look like that big of a dork, I'm sorry. No one's going to want the product.
I mean, I'll say it. I feel the same way about the Cybertruck, and people bought it. So,
but augmented reality, I think, will be the next big tech thing. But it'll be through like regular glasses that look like Warby Parkers or whatever. Like, I think it'll be that, and the lenses will be AR. And they just got to figure out the power source thing.
That feels like Mission Impossible. Yeah,
that's coming. Trust me. All right. Which unexpected collaboration between musicians will produce the catchiest song in 2024?
I already have it. It's going to come out. It's Morgan Wallen and Drake.
Oh, and Drake.
Yeah, because they did the video yesterday. They're talking about it in the studio now. I could see that happening. Drake and Morgan.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I heard Van Halen and Hillsong United are getting together. And I heard Van Halen's getting name dropped in the song. Yeah.
They name drop themselves.
And in Van Halen style, we sing. Praise to you. All right. What shocking scandal will rock the world of entertainment or politics in 2024?
I don't know. We have the capability of being shocked anymore.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know. There
There
were a few this year that were like big moments.
What?
The Donald Trump Supreme Court thing is crazy in Colorado.
Yeah. I was thinking more like Scandival, but yes, politics would be really crazy.
Politics is going to be insanity.
It's going to be,
it's gonna be messy.
Presidential election.
I think people are going to be like, I'm tired of it. Like people are going to start, I feel like we're starting to get worn out. It's like so much craziness. We're all getting tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, you say
Agreed.
that, but I do think maybe this will be entertainment and politics. George Santos is going on his interview
Media tour
now. I mean, assuming he doesn't get killed for announcing things. I mean, I don't think he cares like sharing any sort of like sitting congressman.
He's in fight or flight right now. He's in survival mode.
He stopped caring before he even ran.
He's in survival mode right now, giving everybody's secrets away.
Cameron knows this. I haven't really watched the news or really been on X or anything just to keep up. And a couple of days ago, I was like, you know what, man? Let me see what's on CNN real quick. And you want to know what the headline was when I turned on CNN? Was that a staffer from a senator had a sex tape in the Senate. And so I'm
the
like,
Senate floor.
I was like, you know what? I don't need this. And I just cut it. I just cut it right off.
To Marty's point, I don't think it had enough of a reaction. I feel like it was like, oh man,
that's what
crazy.
I'm talking about. Right. We're so numb to that. That wasn't a big deal. We were like, all right,
crazy.
It was consensual.
Like,
we kept moving for some reason. I don't know why. It's not good. It's bad.
What fashion trend from the past will make a surprising comeback in 2024? Jesse, don't you say Jinko jeans.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Actually, I think that's right. I think like Polo, Tommy, is going to...
It's cyclical. We're in the 90s. It's right on time.
Metal ball necklaces.
Yeah, I'm going even older school. Stovetop hats, Abe Lincoln style.
Dude.
You're not going. You're not going back to the 60s.
To
you're going to the 1860s. I got it. Okay.
Exactly.
I'd like to see that.
See, I was thinking like puka shell necklaces. I think those are going to have to come back at some point. Unfortunately,
I think when like girls go to Mexico and they get their hair like one braid, I think that's going to start coming back. Just the one or two braids on the side of the head. I feel like
some beads
Michael
in
Scott
it.
did that when he came back from Jamaica. Remember, he had the little braid.
Red overburnt sunburn with a couple beads on the side.
We're coming into an election year. You're telling me if there was a candidate who was just reasonably competent in either party, but was just dedicated to the stovetop hat and a suit, it's got to be like, I think that's the one.
I feel like I follow. I believe him. He really is.
I feel like
all out.
It really takes some courage, and that's what this country needs right now. Like this person does not care what people think. He's not a populist. They're going to do what they feel like is best, and what they feel like is best is wearing a stovetop hat at all times.
I like it.
What will be the top viral internet challenge of 2024, and what will people be doing?
Something that will borderline get them killed, or honestly will get them killed.
Well, that's all of them.
I feel like maybe there's something with the Panera drink that like actually is like harming people. I feel like that's going to be a challenge. Like,
did you read the caffeine
drink?
on that one? Oh, there's supercharged
like
lemonade has killed 2 people. It's the equivalent of 4 espressos in one cup, and you get free refills while you're there. So it's 4 espressos in 1 cup plus, something like 300 grams of sugar or something like that.
Jeez.
So it's just like, oh, I got energy, but people hang out at Panera. Yeah, people hang out at Panera all afternoon on their laptop, and they just keep going up and getting these refills, not realizing how much they're putting in their body. And 2 people have died in the last like 3 months.
Like heart attacks.
They keep selling it.
Yeah, it's like they had like some pre-existing condition, but it like affected their heart. But no, okay, Marty, I think you're right. I think people are going to take the Panera lemonade, mix it with like alcohol or something, and basically recreate Four Loko.
That's Four Loko. Yeah,
and that's going to be the challenge.
Yeah. Four Loko, if you don't know what that is, that's 4. It's supposed to be 2 Red Bulls and 4 beers. They don't even make it anymore. Like that's It's like FDA not approved, but that's what college kids drink nowadays. I don't even know how. I can't believe it.
So that's going to be the internet challenge is homemade Four Locos with
And
the
then just like,
supercharged
I don't know,
lemonade?
doing something on the homemade Four Locos or something like that.
I could see a dance. I could see a dance of celebrities doing a dance for like Ukraine.
Yeah, I feel like we need like a new mannequin challenge or just something harmless, where we all like. I walked in one day.
Celebrities are going to be singing something.
One day during the height of the mannequin challenge, I walked into a pita pit. And they were like, yo, man, you walked in right when we're about to do the mannequin challenge. You can either be a part of the mannequin challenge or you can walk outside. And I was like, that was the owner of the pita pit. Okay. Obviously, I stuck around to be part of the mannequin challenge, but that's how dedicated they were, willing to send a customer away because we got to get the mannequin challenge up.
Wow,
like everybody's doing it.
Wow.
I miss those days.
All right, last one. Here we go. Which iconic TV show from the 90s will get a nostalgic revival in 2024, and what will the characters be up to?
Family Matters.
I am watching the Frasier reboot right now, actually. It's getting better as it goes. It starts a little tough because it's trying to catch you up on all of these new characters and dynamics and stuff. So it's like 3 or 4 episodes in before it starts to settle down into like trying to introduce you to everybody. And it's getting better as it goes. I like it. It'll probably.
It's going to be Seinfeld, by the way. Remember, I think Jerry Seinfeld made a comment about they're doing like a 30-year anniversary. So I could see Seinfeld doing something cool.
Derek, you mentioned Family Matters, but would it be a comedy or would it be like the Fresh Prince reboot where it's gritty, where this is the family of a Chicago cop with a sociopath weirdo who lives next door that's always, just coming over uninvited?
I think Jaleel White's the dad, and I think he has it's now he's, Carl.
Eddie, the son, Eddie, the actual person. Has gotten arrested twice for not paying child support. He just got in jail the other day.
I thought he died.
He probably won't be making the reboot. No,
Carl,
he's in jail right now. I just
away.
saw his mugshot going around for not paying.
One of those people died, right?
Carl
passed away.
Carl passed away.
I wouldn't mind a sister reboot.
That would be more likely to come because they all need money, but I love them and I love Sister.
What
it's
are
like
T
one
and
of the
Tamara
best.
doing these days?
Listen, if
Martin?
UPN ever restarts again, we're gonna get all the best stuff. Sister, Martin, Living Color. I need that back. I need UPN to come back.
Reginald Johnson is alive and well, guys.
So is Jackie.
It was
so
Uncle
Jackie,
Phil.
the girl.
Sorry.
Uncle
Reginald
Phil
Johnson.
died a long time ago.
Phil
Wrong show.
All right, I know we got to wrap here,
But Jackie from Sister, she's still well and active, so that could definitely happen, Emily. I think that's going to happen.
Did you know Family Matters was originally conceived as a Die Hard spinoff?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because
But it was an actual spinoff of Perfect Strangers.
yeah, but the character, Carl Winslow's character, was supposed to be the cop from Die Hard.
Right.
Originally.
And Jaleel White changed the whole texture of the show because he created the Urkel character. And Urkel became this phenomenon that...
I thought you were going to say Crocodile Dundee, too, was a spinoff. So he was in that movie, too.
I enjoyed young Urkel, but when Jaleel White hit puberty and his voice changed and he had to fake the Urkel voice, it was unlistenable for me.
He started becoming Stefan a lot more, and people
because the actor wanted to show his range, and he was like, "Well, I need an alter ego," and then this whole Stefan thing.
He had muscle. At this point, his body was like shaped up. He's like he couldn't even hide it with like nerdy. He was like bulky.
Anyway, that's the one that we're saying is coming back in 2024. Is Family Matters? That's the one.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Sister. I'm holding out for that one.
All right. That'll do it for our predictions of 2024. Everybody, this is our last show of the year, obviously, because the show is, a couple days before the end of the year. I just want to thank you for listening, being with us each week. It's been a blast, and we get to do it because of all of you who are listening. And we just appreciate it. We appreciate the support. It's a lot of fun. It's a highlight of my week. And thanks for a great year, everybody. Look forward to next year as well. Okay. On that note, for the last time in 2023, I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
All right. We will see you next year, everybody.
Woo! Happy New Year.
Thanks for
for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
That was a weird one, wasn't it?
Relevant Podcast Network.